Hello, Mary Esther Miranda Gilbert here, nutritional physiologist and nutritional healing specialist of over 40 years of research and compiling protocols for clients and many other people over the years. So I have been getting an influx of many types of questions lately, and I'm putting the answers into video. So this video is going to be about how to improve the nervous system, which when it's totally nourished properly, then you can avoid a lot of the degenerative effects that occur in the nervous system and the brain over years. So anyone with a degenerative condition, the first thing you want to look at is how well are you nourishing your nervous system. So this is what we will be looking at today. A question that I received was that someone was having benign tremors and they were frustrated. Now this is typical. People who try to do their own research, they aren't trained in what to look for as far as what is scientifically credible and what is pseudoscience, or what is misguided advice or unqualified advice out there, or the kind of information that you pick up. They're just usually tidbits, and sometimes they're grossly inaccurate with no scientific basis. There's a lot of propaganda out there, so it's very overwhelming for someone who is desperate for answers right away, but running into all of this muck out there. So in the 40 years that I've been teaching people how to improve their health, and in the books that I've produced and the courses and all of that, what I teach is just what you have to do is know the human body to the point where you won't have to worry about being snowed by all of the false information out there or the misinformation. Okay, so as far as the nervous system is concerned, I'm going to just go over briefly just to answer the question what to do about tremors. Okay, so again, you have to nourish the nervous system, and this is what I'm going to take you through right now. So when you look at the human body, you'll see that the nervous system is composed of a massive superhighway of nerves that are in touch with every single part of the body. So this is a cutaway of a cadaver of the nervous system, and you can see how the nerves branch out to all of the distances, all the far distances of the body. So just to give you a good idea of how vast this network really is and what it takes to maintain it and prevent the degenerative disease process. Next I'll pull up is usually you see diagrams that will point to how the nervous system, some of these nerves go out and branch out to communicate with all of the different organs and all the different systems in the body. So this is just to give you an idea of where the nerves in each vertebrae in the spinal cord go out to. This is an electron biophotonic micrograph of an actual, it looks like it's probably brain cells. So you've got a vast network of neural connections going on, communication pathways, the electrical impulse. The light energy frequencies in the body are constantly in motion. So you will see how the different systems work via the nervous system network that occurs. So this is just a small cutaway of a portion of the brain and how it's constantly in motion and communicating between nerve cells. So the proper function of these nerve cells requires that you provide your body with the full range of biologically correct and biologically available nutrient complexes. So that's what we'll go to next. All right, let's see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these. Okay, so this is an actual electron micrograph of a nerve cell. And this is a diagram that kind of shows you the different parts of the nerves of the nerve itself. This is a complete individual cell. And of course, our bodies consist of multiple trillions of cells. that compose the entire body in different systems. So different systems, their cells are going to look different than the other systems. So the nervous system cells look like this. And you can see how this is the nucleus where the DNA is housed. Every single cell in the body contains the genetic code of instructions. When your cells get damaged, and I'll go into all the reasons why they get damaged, then you have a breakdown of the entire cell. So you've got a breakdown in communication, and if enough of them are damaged and cannot be repaired in time, then you have a degenerative process going on. So the nervous system is no exception. The nerve cell requires the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the right types of fats. Now, fats are very misunderstood. So there's different types of fats that you need to obtain from your diet, both from the plant kingdom and from the animal kingdom. Now, there's this big fear going around that's been around for decades that needs to be addressed and resolved, because when people say, well, it's high in cholesterol and I have to watch my cholesterol. Cholesterol is actually a necessary hormone, precursor to thousands of hormones that the body needs to make in order to maintain itself and protect itself from inflammatory processes, and it serves to repair the nerve cells and the cell membranes. All your cells require cholesterol for their pliability and flexibility, to prevent them from being rigid and damaged and easily destroyed. So cholesterol is very important for your body. If you take in the wrong types of fats, then that can damage your blood vessels and create blockages in the bloodstream. So the wrong types of fats are the fried foods and the heated oils, and different types of oils contain different balances of the important essential fatty acids. So you want to make sure that you're eating whole foods that contain the right types of these oils in the right balance of these types of fatty acids, namely the omega-3s and the omega-6s. And there's some foods that contain the omega-9s. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you eat foods that are high in the essential omega-3 fatty acids. So the 3-to-1 ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s is what you want to concentrate on. If you take in too many of the omega-6s, then that can create problems in how your blood vessels are structured as well. So, and also the nerve cells are structured. So this myelin sheath on this nerve, as you see right here, this coating is extremely important to protect your nerve cells from damage, so that they can transmit the electrical impulses from nerve cell to nerve cell all over your brain and all over your body. So this is your huge communication pathway that works with the hormonal system, which regulates all the activities that your body does to stay alive. So the nervous system is your communication pathway, and it needs to stay in communication throughout the whole system. So if the wrong types of fats are consumed, then this myelin sheath, this protective coating on your nerve cell, is destroyed, and then it leaves the nerve cell vulnerable to destruction as well. So this is your protective layer. So fats are very protective. They prevent inflammation, and they prevent, therefore, if you're not in an inflammatory state, then you're not going to experience pain. Inflammation sends out signals to the brain and the whole nervous system in the form of pain. So if you're feeling pain, you're in a state of inflammation, and you need to get to the source. And usually the source for correcting many conditions is to provide your body with the right molecules, the right nutrients, the right whole foods, not processed foods, not genetically modified foods, not foods that have been chemically sprayed with toxic pesticides and herbicides. So you have to make sure you're putting into your body all the right molecules that your cells will recognize and readily use to All right, so here's another picture of a nerve cell. This is more realistic. It looks like it's computer generated, but it's taken from information from an actual nerve cell. So this is the myelin sheath, and these are the dendrites, all of the extensions that go out and send impulses from one nerve cell to the next. So there are different nodes at the end here that will allow the electrical impulses to jump from one cell to the other. So you want to keep that communication smoothly going on. If any of these things are damaged, then your body will, there'll be a dead end, and it'll try to reroute and try to find another way to communicate with the rest of the body. And if you damage the whole cell, and if that happens on a large scale over time in a degenerative disease process, then your communication pathways are cut off. So you want to protect your cells and make sure that your body's working properly. So I wanted to show you, just to summarize everything, just in a nutshell, to show you that one of the books that I have written, I'm just going to go through the table of contents. It's a good outline for me to follow so that I can explain to you how to prevent that degenerative process that goes on in the nerves. So depending on what the root cause was, is this a degenerative disease that's been occurring over time as a result of some accident? Was there some kind of nervous system damage from some kind of accident? Or have you been neglectful in your nutritional intake to nourish your nerve cells properly? So those are the two main things that you want to address. So if there's been some damage at the DNA level, of course, any time you damage your body, it's going to be damaging the cells, damaging at the DNA genetic instruction level. So you want to take in foods that will correct those instructions. So preserving and protecting your DNA, which is located in every one of your 37-point-something trillions of cells in your body, then you want to protect those instructions that help your body run correctly, okay, to function optimally. So as you see in the table of contents of my book, the book, by the way, is called the Nutritional Synergy System that I developed many years ago because I saw that the dietary guidelines were inadequate and nutritional advice that was out there was inadequate as well. It didn't cover all of the full range of nutrients and the amazing phytonutrient chemicals that are in the plant kingdom. So people need to understand what food does for the body. Many times in my lectures and presentations, I've asked the question to the audience, why do we eat? And it's amazing. It's shocking to find that most people don't know why we eat. Okay, so we eat to not just provide energy for us to move and think, but energy for our cells to produce the right biochemicals that monitor and direct all of our multiple trillions of biological processes that keep us alive and healthy and vibrant. Okay, so it all begins with what kind of nourishment, what kind of molecules you're introducing your body to. So in my book, Nutritional Synergy, I wrote it to ensure that a person will select food items from all the different categories that I have created in this nutritional synergy system, so that you can ensure that you're receiving all the complete essential nutrients that your body needs every single day. Not just every day, once a day. Your body needs these nutrients several times a day because your body's always working to regenerate itself. Okay, so this book will help you select the right foods and supplements, and nutrition is truly the right foundation if you want vibrant health and avoiding the disease process altogether. Okay, so I'm going to just jump down to the table of contents. That's all I'm going to show you in my book. It's about to be published, and I will be publishing it shortly. It was actually published before, but I'm changing publishing houses, which I was unsatisfied with their service to my customers and my readers. So I want to make sure that all of the service aspects of delivering this book to you is going to be impeccable. Okay, so the table of contents in the Nutritional Synergy book, I go over the principles of true health management and what are the essentials. I kind of touched on that already. Then I go into all the essential elements that the body needs: oxygen, water, hydration, proper hydration. I go into details as far as properly hydrating the body. And I'm telling you all this, I'm giving you this information out of my book because it all applies to maintaining your nervous system. So every body system requires all of these nutritional elements and essential elements. Okay, so in Chapter 3, I go into the whole food synergy concept, where you choose a variety of foods to ensure that you're getting the full range of all of the essential nutrients that your body needs every few hours. So I go into the energy-providing nutrients, the proteins, the fats, and the carbohydrates, and the right types of fats, the wrong types of fats, the right types of carbs, the wrong types of carbs. And people who take in proteins, there's a lot of misunderstanding about the types of proteins the body needs, so I go into that very intricately. So Chapter 4, I go on to explain why food enzymes are important. Once you cook a food, then it renders the catalytic effect of sparking many biochemical reactions in the body that you need to stay alive and healthy. So once you cook food, then you destroy those enzymes. So enzymes are extremely important for your metabolisms, for starting and stopping the multiple trillions of processes. Systemic enzymes are supplements, and I go into the differences between these different types of enzymes. And you need all three in your body. Then I explain the purpose of vitamins and how each vitamin complex is essential for preventing a lot of degenerative diseases, particularly the nervous system, the B vitamins, and the vitamin A, vitamin D. These are all extremely important for your nervous system and, of course, other body systems as well. And then I explain how minerals are also very, very essential for good health and how they act in the body and the kinds of minerals to select and the kinds of foods to select that are high in minerals, that kind of thing. I go into all of that. Let's see, Chapter 7, I go into the biochemical fluids that are in plants. And these biochemical fluids, I don't know why they're not classified yet as essential. Our bodies cannot make them. But these are the blood, like blood of plants. They're very similar to our own blood. Plants are extremely compatible with our own bodies, and even the DNA of plants are extremely compatible with our own DNA. So our bodies use the DNA of plants to correct many malfunctions in our own DNA instructions. So if your cells are damaged, then these phytonutrients, along with the other nutrients that I mentioned above, will go and do the repair work to restore your cells and therefore your body systems to optimal functioning again. So nothing else in the world does this kind of repair process and regenerative process. So you need these nutrients in your body every day and in the right molecular forms. So I explain all that also in the book. So, but for now, for those of you who have the question about what to do about preventing the degenerative nervous system disease processes, then you will want to make sure that you eat all whole foods, nothing processed, and to buy organic whenever you can to eliminate or at least minimize those toxic chemicals that are used and the genetically modified foods that are altered in their DNA processes, which become very foreign to our DNA. So it can disrupt the instructions in our own genetic code. They are linked to different types of diseases that I won't go into. I have other videos for that, but these types of foods are not going to help your cells function optimally. So they're going to disrupt a lot of things in the body. So you want to stay away from everything that's been altered, everything that's been processed. Your body was not designed to take in all of these strange molecules. Okay, so you want to buy organic as much as you possibly can and eat organic foods so that they're higher in nutrients, they're higher in phytonutrients, they're higher in minerals, and they're also the energy that is absorbed into the cells. Organically grown foods are more brilliant that way, and so there's a whole other science that I can go into as far as explaining the light energy that's absorbed from the sun and stored in the plant cells. And then when we consume those plant cells, then we also absorb that light energy, which is extremely important for the optimal functioning and health vibrancy of our bodies. Okay, so I also teach about nutritional supplements, why supplements these days are necessary. But then there are bad supplements out there, very poorly formulated, and there are some very excellent supplements out there that will actually be an excellent supplement for your health. So that's why I go into nutritional supplements in my system. Then I lay out all the things that degrade your health, and I've mentioned, all of the types of food production that can harm you, the typical monoculture where they have to spray and spray and spray these toxic chemicals that are linked to various degenerative, life-threatening diseases. So there are a lot of things that degrade your health. We are bombarded with a lot of pollutants in the air, in our water, and in our foods. And also there are other industrial wastes that are being put into our water system and into our soils. So we have to be very careful to make sure that we are not funding these corporations that produce things that harm us. So you have your voting dollars by selecting the healthy foods that are good for you and good for your family, good for the planet. So those kinds of choices actually make a huge difference in how these industries behave. So Chapter 10, what to avoid when selecting nutritional supplements. I go ahead and made a whole other chapter because there's a lot of things to avoid when you're selecting supplements. So all of these things, these toxic ingredients in some of these supplements are disruptive, again, to the body systems and especially the nervous system, the immune system. So you want to avoid those in those supplements as well. Supplements have undergone a transformation. I followed this industry since the 70s, and so there are fewer and fewer companies now that are producing supplements that have other ingredients that are potentially hazardous to your health, allergenic or inflammatory or anything like that. And then Chapter 11, I state the many reasons to buy organic, which I've already mentioned. And in Chapter 12, I have also, in addition to my holistic approach to healing the body nutritionally, then I've also complemented it with a holistic approach to exercise. And there's why not be totally fit rather than fit in a specific area? So if you're playing tennis and you use specific muscles. If you're a runner, then you have a whole other type of synergistic effect in how your whole body moves. If you're a dancer, if you're a football player, so it's good to have an all-around fitness approach, and this nourishes the nervous system. It keeps it going. So you're providing your body with the right energy sources and the right nutrients to form perfectly functioning nerve cells. So you also want to exercise so that your nervous system can get even more adapted to a more physically challenging environment and be stronger and be more robust. And the nervous system, along with other systems, will improve in their functioning as well. So exercise is extremely important as well. I teach about the body's different interactive systems and what the human cells are like and what they do and what's inside of our cells and how they're so powerful in how they're able to perpetuate our lives, the structures, and that kind of thing. So I go through the important interactive systems in the body. I provide some scientific references. I do that. I always back myself up with plenty of science. And then I explain the nutritional synergy system. Once you lay the groundwork of knowledge, then you can appreciate how the nutritional synergy system works. So it's a whole foods and nutritional supplement system designed to provide you with the full range of nutrients that your body needs every single day. And with every meal choice and snack choice that you make, it will contribute toward your optimal health rather than contribute to a state of degenerative health. So this is what you want to avoid. There's some sample meals in there, and there's a chart where you can use as a daily meal planner. And the system is actually quite simple, but scientifically, biologically, physiologically, it incorporates the vast sciences of biophysics and molecular biology, and the whole vastness of the nutritional field when it comes to your own nutritional physiology. So the system is actually in the background quite a complex system that boosts your body's ability to regenerate and heal itself and bring it back to balance and bring it back to optimal health. Okay, so that's basically what you need to do to improve how your nervous system works and to prevent its degeneration. that is occurring every single day if you're not giving your body the right amounts and the right types of foods that your body's able to break down and recognize those molecules as the right stuff. You know, the body has what scientists call a monitoring system that when things arrive to the cell sites, is it going to let that molecule inside the cell so that your body can regenerate itself and perpetuate life, or is it going to keep it out, and is it going to allow it to get embedded in benign tissues like your fat cells? And fat cells are present in the nervous system, as you saw the nerve cell coating in the nerve cell that I showed you. And it's also in the fatty tissues in the brain, you know, so, and it's also, you have fatty tissues everywhere in the liver, and it's a cushion, it's an anti-inflammatory kind of protection that your body has. So fats are necessary for good health, but you have to eat the right fats in the right proportions, and you have to exercise so that you don't gain the weight from eating too many of those calories. So it's all a matter of balance, and I explain all of this in this Nutritional Synergy book. So hopefully I will have answered the question about how to prevent the further degeneration of the nervous system. You know, make sure that when you seek medical advice and you have the appropriate testing done, if this is a serious condition, it's getting more and more serious. But know that once you nourish the body, I've had clients who have come in to my office for their consultations, and they've had multiple health issues, or they've had very serious life-threatening issues, and the reverse of these issues is phenomenal once you give your body what it truly needs to function properly. And if it's not functioning properly, then chances are it's so fundamental that you're not giving your body the right molecules, the right nutrients, the right whole foods. Hydration, again, like I pointed out, is extremely important. So that's like the second most critical element you can do to prevent a lot of the disease process. So you don't want to be in a state of dehydration as well. All right, thank you for joining me here. And again, my name is Mary Esther Gilbert. And stay tuned. Please like, share, subscribe, tap the notification bell. These videos are being constantly produced because I'm getting so many questions, and I need to get this information out to the masses. So the more you share this information, implement, you know, the fundamental thing you need to do for your body to protect it and to prevent the disease process, or even in many cases reverse the degenerative disease process. So the body doesn't care, you know, what disorder you may have. Try to nourish your body completely, and you will see how miraculous your body can be as far as protecting you and hopefully reversing a lot of these health issues, and certainly preventing a lot of these health issues. So stay well, stay vibrant, and stay tuned. Thank you.